Happy New Year, Happy New Decade. You can tell it's the new year by what I'm wearing. I feel like Elton John, the old Elton John when he would dress up. So I'm going to un-Elton myself. Oh, that's better. Thought that was kind of fun. So yeah, Happy New Year, Happy New Decade, 2020. Can I not believe this? I mean, can you believe it? I remember back, oh God, when I was in my 20s, we were celebrating New Year's Day, 1984. I went over to a friend's house, and that friend was several decades older than I was. And I went into the house and I said, Happy New Year. She looked at me, she goes, 1984. This is far too futuristic for me. I wonder what she would say now, 2020, huh? So how are you doing? And Happy New Year to you, Robert. I hope you had a lovely New Year's Eve and a lovely New Year's Day. So what have you guys been up to for your New Year's? Have you made resolutions? Have you thought about where you've been the last 10 years? I mean, seriously, where were you January 1, 2010? Can you think back that far? I'm telling you, it was, I guess, maybe 3 weeks ago. It dawned on me that we were having a decade change. Because prior to that, like I heard about, we're having the election in 2020. Yeah, we're having an election in 2020. And I didn't focus on the fact that it was 2020. I was actually focusing on that we were going to have this election and blah, blah, blah. And no matter where you stand politically, we're still going to have an election. So, but about 3 weeks ago, I was thumbing through Facebook, and somebody said, what do you remember where you were in 2009? Because we're still 19. And I stopped. I'm like, oh my God, we're having a decade change. Then I started thinking about, well, where was I 10 years ago? And I actually have to say, I mean, let me ask you, where were you 10 years ago? Today, tonight. And as I'm recording this, it's January 1, 2020. Where were you January 1, 2010? I was a practicing audiologist back in 2010. My parents were still alive. We had the house that I grew up in, and then 2 years later, everything changed. Hurricane Sandy happened. My parents, if any of you know my story that way, my parents were affected, and we had to get them into assisted living, and da 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 da. And we sold the house that I grew up in, and I've had a career change, which is why I'm here. So what about you? What happened in your life? Because everything happens in a life, right? 10 years is a long time. You know, kids get born, parents pass away, marriages happen, divorces happen. So what has happened in your life? And if you're not watching this on live, if you're watching this on the replay, let me know in the comments what's happened in your life in 10 years. So, New Year's, we talk about resolutions, right? How do you feel about resolutions? Do you tend to make lists of resolutions? And more importantly, do you keep your resolutions? I don't make resolutions. I'll just tell you that flat out. I just don't. I stopped doing it when I was a teenager. I honestly don't actually see the purpose of them, because not for nothing, by the time we get to the end of February, not even the end of February, the end of January, the resolutions have kind of gone by the wayside. So what I started doing years ago is I started making goals for myself. Where do I want to be next year in this time? So I'll ask you that question. Where do you want to be next year in this time? Do you want to have more financial success? Do you want to have more physical health? What do you want? It always does come down to that, right? What do you want? So I made my list of goals, and I'll share one with you that is actually really super near and dear to my heart. And that has to do with essential oils and my sharing of essential oils, because they totally changed my life. So my goal for this coming year, 2020, is to share my love of the oils with as many people as I can, so I can help them, or they can help themselves rather, because what are we trying to do? We're trying to empower ourselves. So what I want to do is I want to empower as many people as I can to change their lives with the help of essential oils, as the essential oils changed my life. To that end, I've already started doing this, and I've certainly announced this before, and if I haven't, I should have. I have a YouTube channel now, and I will put the address in the comments section, and you can go into there and see all the videos that I have done up to this point. And likely this will probably go on as well, is kind of my guess. So what's on your list? What's on your resolutions list? So going back to my list and my wanting to share with oils as much as possible, let me just tell you and invite you, starting January 11th and every few weeks thereafter, and I'll announce it, I'm going to be having essential oil make and takes here in New York City. And what a make and take is basically I provide all of the supplies, I provide the recipes, you follow the recipes, making your own blends, and then you take them. The admission is free. I do charge $5 per roller for my supplies and what. I teach you about oils. I teach you how to use them effectively, what makes doTERRA so different, because let's be honest, doTERRA is totally different than the other companies, and we know that. And yes, I'm biased, we'll say that right out, but I'm biased for a reason. So if this is something that's interesting to you, coming to the make and take, there's so much fun. Please drop me a comment. If you want more information, I'm happy to PM you all the information, the who, the what, the where. And just to let you know, this will be going like every other week, every third week. And again, I will let you know the address and all the particulars and the date and what have you, and what subject we'll be focusing on, because we'll be focusing on different subjects depending on what's kind of going on. So this first one is going to be all about metabolism, because I don't know about you, but I ate way, 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 way too much and exercised way too little during this holiday season. So I need to get my metabolism kind of back in better shape. So that's what I'm going to be focusing, and that's what some of the recipes are going to be focused on as well. So I invite you to come and join us, learn about the oils, learn how to use them effectively, safely. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing. I had another thought in my head as I'm talking, and it kind of whooshed out of my head. Oh yes, now I know what it is. So January 1st, the first of every month, is when we find out what the promotions are, what doTERRA's promotions are for the month. Now, I'm not going to talk about them. Now, I'm going to talk about them next week. But just to let you know, just kind of whet your appetite a little bit, these are actually really nice, and they're really focused on kind of the whole new year, new you kind of thing, getting yourself back into physical health, metabolic health, all that. And again, I will go into that more next week, the specifics of it. But these are very nice oils, nice products. You're going to definitely want to put them in your cart. If you're a member, if you already have your enrollment, if you don't have your enrollment, this is the month that you're going to want to get it for sure. So I'm going to actually make this a really, really, really short live today, partially because it's a holiday and I still want a holiday a little bit more. And I know you have holiday and you want a holiday more. So I'm going to basically say that's going to be it for this evening, because it's evening here and wherever you are. I hope you have a great evening, morning, afternoon, and a great new year and a fantabulous new decade. I'm going to see you next week, and we'll go through the promotions and learn about those oils and products a little bit more in depth, okay? So you have a fabulous week, and I will see you next week. Bye.